A lot of anticipation surrounding Apple today as it jumps into the artificial intelligence arms race at the Worldwide Developers Conference out in California. It's late to that party, right, compared to some of its competitors. Apple unveiled a range of new AI features, message writing assistants, new version of Siri, its voice assistant, and it's going to partner up reportedly with OpenAI's ChatGPT as well in some ways. So let's bring Daniel Newman in on this, CEO of Futurum Group. We thank you for joining us. Daniel, let me play a clip from the presentation today where Apple talked about this new feature called Apple Intelligence. We mentioned right at the top of the show. That's what they're calling it, Apple Intelligence. Listen.
Apple Intelligence unlocks incredible new ways to enhance your writing. Whether you're tidying up your hastily written class notes, ensuring your blog post reads just right on WordPress, or making sure your email is perfectly crafted.
So they say it's AI, like generative AI across the suite of apps. You know, for regular people, what is this going to mean in their lives? Do you have a sense?
Yeah, first, Connell, thanks for having me here. This was a big inflection for Apple. The world has sort of been wondering how quickly can it make its move into AI. It's competing with the Copilot at Microsoft and what OpenAI has done over the past year. And I think what Apple has is it had the advantage of this massive install user base here in the US and, of course, around the world. And now it's all about how does AI make the everyday experiences better? And I think that's what the company leaned in on at this particular event. I wanted more, though. But in terms of delivering AI and that everyday sort of experience on the devices that many of us already use, I think Apple did a good job at this Worldwide Developer Conference.
Okay, yeah, it's always tough. The expectations are high because, like you said, it's been years kind of in the making. On Siri, its voice assistant, here's part of the presentation where that was mentioned.
You can speak to Siri more naturally, thanks to richer language understanding capabilities. Even if I stumble over my words, Siri understands what I'm getting at.
All right, so is this going to move the needle, so to speak? I mean, I think we have a leaderboard, for kind of lack of a better term, in AI, and Apple hasn't been on it. It's on the leaderboard everywhere else in the tech world, it seems. But the AI race leaders really are NVIDIA. And then you have Alphabet, Google's parent company, Microsoft, other companies. Apple doesn't appear on these lists. Will it start to?
Well, I think for Siri, the bar was on the floor. No one's really using it. And these new LLMs and these new chat interfaces have become very popular very quickly. Apple had to rectify that here and at least bring users back to the platform. In terms of can Apple catch up, I'm not sure. I'm not sure a partnership with OpenAI was enough. I wanted to see Apple really explain how it planned to build out infrastructure, create and train models, and deliver. Now, I know some of that's happening. Apple's been doing AI for a long time on device, and this whole private, secure on-device movement, it's really important. But what I didn't walk away from this event saying is, wow, they want to be on the same plane with AI as NVIDIA, Microsoft, or Google. It felt like they want to use AI and make it available to all of us. But I'm not sure that's enough for the investor or the consumer to really go like.
What more were you looking for?
Well, like I said, I really wanted to see them, talk a little bit about how they plan to build models, train models, deliver, the way OpenAI has, the way Google has with Gemini, even Amazon has with Titan. These companies are investing big. They're building out infrastructure, and they understand the long tail here, all this CapEx investment. Apple has been lighter on CapEx than these other counterparts. And of course, the question is, can Apple create and derive the value for both shareholders and investors, rather than more buybacks or considering dividends? You see what NVIDIA just did with its split and how it's giving back to shareholders, but it's also growing incredibly fast. Apple's growth has felt slow and a bit tired, and I thought this could be the inflection, but for me, it was incremental rather than game-changing.
Why, I wonder why they fell behind so much. I mean, you said NVIDIA. We could talk about NVIDIA. By the way, that split 10-for-1's in effect today, for what it's worth. Maybe get some more retail investors. But why did Apple fall behind so much here? I mean, Siri's out. That was like 10 years ago, right? So they could have kept up. They chose not to. They do that sometimes.
Yeah, Apple has been very successful entering markets a little bit later. And that's why I thought it wasn't a bad thing that they were kind of waiting till this Worldwide Developer Conference. And like I said, some of the features, functionality, making AI available to all of its installed user base on its phones, on its Macs, on its iPads, there's value in that. People will be experiencing and using and getting to know AI with Apple. And that's something they're very good at. Having said that, you listen to Jensen Huang deliver a keynote, his vision of the future. of AI. You listen to Elon Musk, controversial character, but what he sees as the future, changing driving and changing the entire industry. Apple used to change industries. Now I feel like it's incrementalism. It's, is this just a Copilot Plus delivered by Apple? Is this an AI PC or, a version of that delivered by Apple and a handset version? It's good. It's just not great. And when it comes to Apple, it has to be great.
It has to be when you set the bar that high. But we've been talking about evolution rather than revolution when describing Apple really for some time. Even the phones haven't changed that much. And I guess there's only so much you can do. But Daniel, thank you very much. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.